Okay, yay! We are getting ready to get started a little bit late, but that's okay because we're here for a really great reason. And I'm so excited because this has just been something that we're so excited about. And our whole goal in this video is to share with you guys from 5 hairstylists that have a really big passion for not only hair and our clients, but what is formulated in our bottles. So we decided to bring you guys a whole bunch of the common questions that we get because we know people are out there and they're skeptical. We know you're like, does this really work? Is it really what it says it is? I was one of those people, okay? So we are going to debunk some of the myths, some of the gossip, some of the, I heard someone say this. So that way you're going to get the science behind it, not just opinion, but science and truth. And then again, we're not here to try to convince you. We just want to let you guys know the science behind it so you can make a decision if you're like, I've been thinking about joining this company, but this part scares me or this part holds me back. We want to give you the actual truth, not opinion, because there is a difference. So you can make that decision and then share this also. If you are watching this on replay, go ahead and share this around so that you can share the science behind our products. So my name is Alexis May. I have been a hairstylist for 10 years now, which is crazy. And the reason why I initially started on money is because of postpartum hair loss and also really needing financial help. So it was like, postpartum hair loss came first and then financial help second. And then my next girl is going to introduce herself.
Hi guys, I am Kate. I've been a hairstylist for 10 years and I got started with Monate because I fell in love with the products and I wanted to share because I wanted to make a difference in people's lives.
Awesome, Kate. I'm Katie Brown, and I originally, obviously, when you hear that products are anti-aging and naturally based and they help your hair grow, I was intrigued by that. Once I started using the product, I was obsessed with them and just kind of fell into the business, and now I'm completely loving it. Like, my whole life has changed because of it, and it's awesome. I've been doing hair for over 10 years.
Okay, guys, my name is Natalie, and I've been a hairstylist now for 13 years. And I was first introduced to Monate when I started having really bad postpartum hair loss. So I decided to give these products a try, and I have completely fallen in love with them. And my hair has never been this great, you guys. It's crazy. It's the longest it's ever been. So that's why I got into Monate.
Awesome. I'm Bailey. I've been in the industry for 7 years and actually almost 8 years now. And I joined the company because I wanted financial freedom. I wanted to create some type of income that didn't, have me behind the chair all the time. So, that's why I joined Monate, but then I fell in love with the products. Alexis got me started and I started using them on my clients. And before I even had them to purchase for my clients were like, what is it? I need this. I need this. So that's why I had to sign up, and I love the products.
All right. So that is all the beautiful ladies that are going to be sharing today and answering the questions. So we have about 24, 25 questions that we're going to be going through and answering them all for you. If you have questions outside of this, please go to the person who sent you here, the market partner that is with Monate that sent you here to ask those additional questions. But we really hope to go through this and give you guys some really great info and just kind of, even if you are a market partner, you get to learn more, which is so amazing. Education is so important, and educating yourself correctly and knowing hair and products and skin is going to set you up for success. So one of the first questions I actually get to start with. So one of the first questions is, and this is what I feel like all of us here is going to be, Monate made my hair fall out. And is it true that your hair falls out before you, like as you're going through the regrowth cycle? So I actually made sure, and I know all the ladies on that are going to be speaking today made sure to get notes also. So we had all of our science backed up so we could accurately get you guys information. So I'm going to share with you guys the 3 stages of hair growth if you don't know, or if you need a little refresher. So there is the anagen stage, which is the growth period. This is going to last for about 2 to 7 years. And this depends on age, genetics, health. So there's a lot of different key factors that go into how long your single strand of hair will be growing. And then the second is going to be catagen. Okay. So the catagen stage is going to be a transition stage. This lasts for about 2 to 3 months, or sorry, 2 to 3 weeks. And in this stage, this is where your actual hair detaches itself from the blood supply. So that hair is like, all right, I'm done growing. It's been the amount of time that I typically grow for, or something's happened, so I'm going to stop growing, and it just detaches from your blood supply, which is how your hair is going to grow. And then there's the third stage, which is the telogen stage, and this is the resting stage. So this stage lasts for about 3 months, and this is where new hair grows. And as the new hair is growing in, okay, I wish I could show you guys like all the beautiful graphics that are around, but you can literally look up the 3 stages of hair growth. As the new hair grows in, it's pushing the old hair out because the old hair is getting pushed out of the follicle. It's kind of like a tube, to make it super simple. It's going to grow out and push that old hair out, and then it sheds. So on average, you're shedding 50 to about 150 hairs daily, you guys. Okay. So that's healthy. You're always going to have hair shed. So when people say Monat made my hair fall out, or Monat, I had like really intense shedding, it's because you have dormant follicles or hair that's not being able to get shed, or hair that's ready to get shed, that's in that 3-month zone. And Monat is going to stimulate your natural hair growth, which is why you're going to see some of those hairs get shed, because the new hair is growing in and pushing the old dead one that's like, I'm not doing anything, out. So I hope that helps to clear that up a little bit for you.
Okay, up next, I have been told that if you stop using Monat, your hair will fall out twice as much. No, that is definitely not true. That is pretty much like based off of the hair growth cycle and what Alexis was just talking about. That's completely unsupported by the science of how hair and the biology of it all, how it works, and the science of the products. So the whole purpose of Monat, and you'll learn this throughout this training as we answer questions, but the whole purpose is to help create the perfect environment to support healthy hair growth and a healthy scalp. So when you are stopping using the products, there could be a possibility that your hair growth might slow down a little bit. But as far as like hair fallout, absolutely not. If just think about the science of how that works with your 3 phases of the hair cycle, the hair doesn't, it's not going to fall out. It already has a thing. And when you're dealing with fallout, if you have fallout issues, you've got to be looking at medical issues like, you know, alopecia or thyroid problems, stress, hormones. Like there's a lot that can go into how hair actually falls out and why. And I promise you, it's not a topical shampoo. Up next.
Natalie should be up next.
It's me. Okay, guys. So, will your hair get thin and go back to how it used to be if you stop using the products? So, yes, over time, your hair is definitely going to go back to what it was before, right? Because our products start by cleaning off all the buildup on your hair and healing it from the inside out, promoting natural hair growth, right? So when you stop using our products, it's just going to be putting all of that buildup back onto your hair, clogging those follicles, and not promoting, you know, the natural hair growth that we're getting. So yes, eventually you're going to see your hair go back to what it was, and you're going to eventually see the problems that you had before. So definitely, if you stop using the product, you're going to see your hair is not going to be as healthy and great as it was when you were using our products. Yes. Okay, so next question is
You.
Is it? Oh, me. Oh, me.
Double,
Okay. What?
double questions.
I know, I got doubles. Okay. My hair felt so dry and it was hard to brush the first couple weeks. and my scalp felt extra oily and sticky. So some people, not all people, might go through a transition when they first start to use our product, you guys. I personally did experience a slight transition. My hair actually did get very dry and was hard to brush for literally maybe a week. But when you think about it, it really all makes sense, because when you're using the other products before Monat, all that stuff is just coating your hair and making it feel good, versus what our products are doing is actually stripping your hair and taking it, all that coating off of your hair, and letting your hair actually breathe and be like naturally good. So what your hair might be more tangled the first couple weeks, because definitely you're not going to feel all that stuff suffocating your hair and coating your hair anymore. You have to think like, sorry, going through all my notes, you guys. I'm trying to be super organized over here. And the reason why your roots might feel waxy or oily is because all the buildup that you have that you're before using Monat is coming off of your hair. So you might feel like some residue, or you might see some waxy stuff because it's working. So this is actually really good. This is like a happy moment. You're like, wow, finally, like all this gunk is coming off of my hair, all those toxins, all that buildup. So you're seeing honestly what has been living on your hair and on your scalp, and you're seeing that Monat is working by removing it, you guys. So this is actually a good thing, and it could be in a transition, and it will definitely not last long. You'll get through it, and then you'll start to see all your natural hair growth, your hair feeling shinier, healthier, all those things. So let's see. And also, if you do feel like your hair is feeling like waxy or anything, it could be if you're using too much product too. So we're going to be getting into like how to use the products and whatnot. I'm not going to keep talking, but this will pass. And if you do experience this transition, it's a good thing.
And to clarify on the word stripping, the reason why Natalie is saying that, it's not stripping your hair, it's removing the product buildup that is coating your hair. So don't think of it as in stripping of like, oh no, it's stripping all my natural oils and the good things in my hair. No, it's removing that buildup layer so that finally your hair can actually have the nutrients go in, instead of having that like shield basically that's shielding out because of silicones and other things that create that waxy buildup from getting in the good things. It's going to remove that, and it's going to expose your realness going on underneath all of that waxiness. So sorry, I just had to chime in with that.
No, good. Thank you.
All right. Yes, it's something to be celebrated when you start to go through that phase. So my question is more of a statement, and everybody wants to know about it. The lawsuits. All right. So we've had a handful of lawsuits. Yes. Some still remain open, but most have been settled in Monat's benefit or have been disputed. But honestly, you guys, show me a billion-dollar hair care company that has not been sued. It's unavoidable. And that's parts of the pros and cons of being in America, honestly. People sue people, especially big companies. Education and knowledge is powerful. And that's why as hairstylists, we believe that the more people are educated, the less lawsuits will happen. It's natural to be skeptical when you hear the word lawsuit, especially when you hear the words class action lawsuit. But in reality, class action lawsuits are honestly quite common. A class action lawsuit is a case in which a lot of people can come together and form or file a civil lawsuit against one or several corporations. Class action lawsuits can actually go on for years, which is what usually tends to happen. Like big companies will just settle and everything is dropped. Monat's has not been dropped, and that's because they don't have to settle. They don't have to drop it because we've done nothing wrong. That's covering it.
Okay, I'm up next.
You're up next, girl.
Question. MLM scam. All right, so this is fun because I actually grew up in a network marketing world. I was surrounded by a lot of different network marketing companies and going to a ton of conferences going up. My dad has a publishing company geared towards entrepreneurs, and that's how I had that exposure when I was a kid. But I could talk for hours about this. I'm going to be concise. So people confuse multi-level marketing with pyramid schemes all the time. And pyramids are illegal. We'll just get that out there. Pyramids are illegal. And we're going to define what a pyramid scheme is so you can understand the differences between the two. So a pyramid scheme is a business model that recruits members with a promise of payment for enrolling others in, rather than supplying investments or sales of products. People at the top get all the money, and then there's nothing left over for the people at the bottom. This is illegal. I don't know if you guys have been seeing on Instagram that little circle thing that goes around, and it's like, send me $100, and then, you know, when you had other people $100, you'll get $400. Like, that thing's been floating around on Instagram. That is illegal. Do not participate in that. So Monate is a multi-level marketing business that has distributors of the products, meaning the company has a distribution plan that is very effective and legitimate. The distributors share products via word of mouth, and that's where the marketing part comes in. It's social selling. And we as a business, Monate as a business, and us as the distributors, we are monitored by the Federal Trade Commission, which we lovingly call the FTC. And that is a government entity in charge of monitoring all businesses. We are compliant of all the rules and regulations. So that makes Monate very legal and very awesome. And if you have any questions about the legal and informative compensation plan, ask the person who invited you to this call and you guys can talk about it. So up next is Katie.
Okay, it's not professional. Anyone can sell it. And I love this because honestly, what's crazy is if you're a hairstylist, you probably already know this, but the reps that come into our salon and educate us and sell us on our professional products oftentimes aren't even licensed cosmetologists or hairstylists. A lot of them haven't even gone to hair school. They're just in sales, which is crazy, right? Like, if you think about that, actually think about it, they're just sales. So after using a luxury hair care line for the past 2.5 years, I now understand the difference. And for me, there is a huge difference. There's luxury hair care, and that can be professional products. And then there's the professional products in any industry, right? So another part about this question is I feel like the beauty of Monate is that, yeah, like not only can you share the products with your clients and your friends and your family, but you can share the opportunity with them as well. And if you're a hairstylist watching this, you know that we know our clients better than anybody else. We know their struggles. We know what they're going through. We know their goals. We know their hopes, their ambitions, their dreams. We know the things that scare them. And to be able to have the opportunity to share with somebody something that can change their life and grow not only their business, but grow their goals and their dreams and everything that they want. And then be able to utilize that time with them in the chair and coach them on their social media, or coach them on the business, or coach them on just the products that they're using alone. Like, that's powerful use of time. And then I will tell you, almost all of my new clients, you guys, are market partners that I've met through the company. And what's really cool too is a lot of these people will come to me and they'll be getting their hair done in my salon and they just want to know everything I know about product, and I get to share that. And then other people in the salon are listening, and it's just a ripple effect. So yeah, anybody can sell it, but it's a beautiful thing because that's going to grow not only you, but so many people in so many different ways.
Love it. Thank you, Katie. That was so good. Okay. So the question that I have next is, it's kind of like a two-part. So either people say it didn't help my hair growth, or how long until you're typically going to see results. Okay. So I'm going to first show you guys this. You may or may not be able to see it really well, but this is my documented thing. When I first started to 3 weeks, okay, at the bottom. And not only that, but let me show you my 4 months so you guys can see. So that's before and after. I told you, postpartum hair loss, okay? So the American Academy of Dermatology says that hair grows about 1/2 inch per month on average. 1/2 inch, you guys, okay? So like we've been taught, like this is an inch, right? So 1/2 inch per month. That is a grand total of 6 inches per year for the hair on your head. How fast your hair grows depends on different things. It depends on your age, your health, your genetics. And when you think about all those different things, here's the thing. Monate is not claiming that you're going to walk out like the chicks that are on, if you're a hairstylist, like Habit Hair Salon with like 14 rows of extensions in your hair when you have like this much hair on your head. No, we're saying that it's going to help promote your natural growth and get your hair in the best condition possible. Okay, so when you think about that and you think about the other things that can come into play, like postpartum hair loss, different health issues that people have, surgeries, stress, what we're all going through right now. If you're watching this during the COVID-19 pandemic, this really affects your growth cycle of your hair. So Monat is a 3-month regimen. It is designed to work in 90 days, but that does not mean that at the end of that bottle, your hair is just going to go back to perfect. Okay. This takes time, and hair growth takes time. So if you take into account how often your hair grows already, you need to give it that time. So it took me about 3 weeks to see those results, that first picture that I shared with you. And it's going to vary for each person. I have hair that grows really well. I have healthy hair. I have forever. So for me, my hair results might be different than your hair results, but you have to give it that time, because for some people, you might have hair growth that you're needing to come in that's like right here. Imagine how long it's going to take you to see it down here, just naturally on any other product. But when you use Monat, it's going to really go in and help. So you need to give it several weeks before you're like, oh, it didn't work for me. It takes time. I always say it's kind of like going to the gym. You can't go to the gym and hit it one day and be like, okay, I'm ready to have my abs. You have to give it time. I always use that analogy, because time in the time that you have given your hair to either get damaged or have gotten like your hair loss, you have to give it that time to grow back. And take before and after pictures. If you're someone that's like, I'm skeptical, I want to see, why do you think I took my before and after pictures? And I was shocked when I was like, oh, this is amazing. So next question.
If it is considered clean, why does it have fragrance? Okay, so there's a difference between fragrances. There are natural fragrances like essential oils, and then there are synthetic fragrances, which are created in a lab. But here's the deal. Not all synthetic fragrances are bad, and many of them do contain essential oils. If you think about how a shampoo can be created, a lot of times it's created in a lab. If you stick coconut oil and mango butter together and call it shampoo and then put it on your head, you're going to be a grease monster walking around. So there's a reason why good quality hair products are manufactured and created, their formulations are created in a lab, because we're able to extract the best parts of the ingredients and create a process to create something. So sometimes synthetic fragrances get a bad rep because they have, parabens or phthalates or synthetic musks used in them, but you can make a synthetic fragrance without those ingredients, and Monat does. The fragrances in Monat's formulations have ingredients that adhere to the IFRA, which is the International Fragrance Association, and the RIFM, which is the Research Institute of Fragrance Materials, their standards for safety. We have formulations that contain a combination of non-hazardous, natural, and safe synthetic fragrances, and they're added to enhance the aromatic experience when you're using your shampoo. All of Monat's formulations, fragrance included, have been clinically tested for safety to ensure that they do not promote irritation. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. But next question is Daily.
Awesome. So my question is, can you use Monat with other brands? So my answer for you is no, because you shouldn't use other brands during Monat, simply because the hair goes through a 3-month healing process. So some people are in love with the shampoo after one, shampoo. Some people are in love with it and it takes a full 3 months, simply because you basically go through a 3-month process. The first month is known as the healing phase or the transition. And then the second month is basically the recovery phase. And the third month is the stabilizing phase. So this kind of goes back into what Alexis and Natalie were telling you about how your hair can go through different phases. But the goal is to be Monat clean, which means you're only going to use Monat for 3 months. Or well, not for 3 months, but for 3 months before. Yeah, you're going to use only Monat so that you can get Monat clean for the full 3 months. You're not going to use the other brands or anything like that.
Yeah. And I'm going to add to that, Bailey, because with experiencing this with clients and stuff, one of the things that I explain to them is that Monat is working to remove, like how Natalie was sharing, removing that stuff off of your hair. So if you're using Monat with another product that has dimethicone, like silicones or different things that we're trying to get removed, you're sitting there and having a constant battle. So your transition phase and your healing phase is going to last longer or never even stop, giving you compromised results because you're not allowing Monat to work and give you that Monat clean feel. So I just wanted to add that guy in there. My question is actually up next. So one of the things that I hear from people is I got sores. We're going to come back to that word. Or red bumps when I used it for either the first time, a month, yada, yada. What happened? Okay. I love this question. First of all, I had someone actually ask me this, which is why I'm excited about this, because when I saw the word sores, this is what we see. Pictures of people saying we have gaping open sores and all of this stuff. So Kate is going to explain allergic reactions later on and why allergic reactions are something that you obviously have to look out with any single product out there. If you don't believe me, you can look up the fact that some people are even allergic to water. And your body's made of water, you guys. It's crazy. So my sister-in-law, who is she's my sister. She's like my absolute best friend. She got on Monat because, of course, she wants to have great hair. She's like my little sister, and she wanted to support and have beautiful hair. So she got on it, and about a month in, she started getting little red bumps on her head. So when this person messaged me about this question on Instagram, I was actually really excited and I reached out to her. She was a hairstylist. I reached out to her and I dug a little deeper. I said, okay, when you say the word sores, what are you actually saying? If you hear my kid screaming in the background, it's his nap time. My husband's taking care of him. He's teething. So sorry about that. Just ignore it. But upon further investigation, she actually said, oh, I actually had red bumps. She might be watching right now. I actually had red bumps. And I was like, okay, when we use certain words, we have to be really careful about the way that we say it, because sores versus red bumps, you just got a very different picture in your head. So my sister-in-law, going back to her, she had this for probably about 3 weeks, you guys. And thankfully it was my sister-in-law and we were able to work through it, because I'm going to show you what an ingrown hair looks like. You guys can kind of see that a little bit. I know it's kind of bright. Come on. Kind of. Well, there you go. You guys can see it now. I'm sorry if your screen is really small. This is a normal hair coming out of your skin, okay? This is an ingrown hair, okay? If you have a bunch of product buildup that is building up on your scalp, whether you know it or not, whether you're using professionally labeled products or not, because there are some professionally labeled products out there that really shock me in the type of ingredients that they use, because I'm a clean mama, you guys. I go through every single product in my house, my sunscreen, my deodorant, my laundry detergent, to make sure that I'm using clean ingredients so that I'm being careful about what I put on my body. So when you look at the actual red bumps, my sister-in-law had new hairs growing in because her follicles were dormant for so long. They were not growing. They were in that telogen resting phase. And when you have hair that hasn't had a blood supply for around 6 months, guess what happens to that follicle? It starts to die. So what was really exciting is that she had all these red bumps. Again, different than allergic reaction, but she had all these red bumps and she had like a little bit of itching, and it was new hair trying to come through the surface as Monat was cleaning off her scalp. It only lasted for about 3 weeks, and now she has like crazy thick hair. I don't pay her to say that. It was literally her own experience, and she will never use anything other again, because she was like, I thought I had good hair. And then I realized that my follicles weren't all growing and doing well until I got onto Monat. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys. So the main symptom of an ingrown hair, so you guys know what it is, you can get this from shaving, you can get it in your scalp, is going to be small, solid bumps. They're small. And guess what? They're pus filled, okay? So it's because that little hair is just getting trapped under the surface and can even start to grow into your skin. So you can exfoliate your scalp, give it a little scrub, make sure that you're brushing it so that you are exfoliating off that buildup so your hair can eventually come through.
Awesome. Thanks, Alexis. So the next question that we have is, can you mix lines like volume, hydration, any of our lines really? The answer is absolutely. Our company caters to all types of textures, densities, lengths, and even we have kids and men's and for women. So, and we even have a skincare line now. So that's pretty awesome. But basically you can do any of these combinations for your hair type or texture. Our company caters to every kind of need. Like, so for instance, I use the Renew Moisture Shampoo and I use the Volume Conditioner. And then also for skincare, I use the Be Gentle Cleanser, but I use the, let's see, oh my gosh.
Balance.
The balance line as well. So I always kind of cater to whatever my skin needs or my hair needs at the time, and you can always switch it up. I've also used like the nourishing line, and you can always use shampoo and conditioner and pick and choose which one works best for you. So next question.
Okay, it's me. Okay, so I get this question a lot, you guys. People asking, why is it so expensive? And the truth is, when you know about it, it's actually not expensive at all. Our products are super duper concentrated, you guys. You only need a small amount. Alexis came up with it, a nickel and a dime amount on your hand, you guys. Super, super small. So I have a ton of hair, and I can go through one bottle in 4 months. 4 months, which is crazy, you guys. And I have a ton of hair. So when people think like, oh, that's super expensive comparing to other brands who have bigger bottles, you know, they're thinking I get more product and bang for my buck with that, but you don't, because those products have way more water in it too and not as much product. So our products are 40% water versus other brands who have 80% water, you guys. So we have way more product in our bottles, and you're gonna use way more product to get like a good shampoo, right? So you gotta think about it. Katie and I were talking about this earlier. So you get like a bottle of laundry detergent, this big bottle of laundry detergent, and then you have another bottle that's like this itty bitty bottle, and you only need a capful, and you're thinking that like, how could that be enough to like actually wash? And it actually is, because it's super duper concentrated. It just doesn't have all these fillers in it like everything else does. So because I initially thought the same thing, and I'm blown away because my bottle will last me 4 months. Like, that is crazy, you guys. So I think, yeah, a little goes a long way. So it's actually not expensive because you do get more bang for your buck with our products, you guys. So next question.
That's me. All right. And I'm going to tack on to that, because when you look at the discount program that we have, whether you are a VIP signing up for a flexible, I say the best subscription box ever, you can save anywhere from 15 to, I think it's 35%. You can save 15, and then you can save an additional 15 to 25%, depending on how much you spend. So if you're looking at our like luxury lines of professional hair care, they're around the 30, 40, 50, 60, $70 range, depending on what line it is. And with Monat, it's the only hair care company that I've ever seen that's going to give my clients like an awesome little deal on flash sales like we have going on today, or if you buy more. So when you think about that, it's actually a really great way that you can save and still get really high quality ingredients on your hair. So the next question that is up is going to be, I heard that it makes me have dandruff. Okay. Dandruff and dry scalp are very different. I'm not going to go like diving in crazy deep. Kate is laughing because she did this on a product training for us. And this is something that I remember from cosmetology school. Dandruff and dry scalp are different from each other. A lot of us tend to say, I have dandruff, and you don't have dandruff, okay? You have dry scalp. Dandruff is an overproduction of skin cells and tends to be oily. So Monat can't make you have dandruff because it's actually a skin condition. So the reason why you're thinking that you have dandruff is actually probably because you, and I'm not saying that even when you're using Monat, but you have dry scalp. So it's really important whenever you're talking to the person who's bringing you there to try Monat, or if you are a hairstylist, especially understanding if you have more of an oily scalp or more of a dry scalp, and really kind of testing out like either one. I have an oily scalp. Okay. So if you're using the correct
Oh, sorry. Let me back up. The reason why you might have a dry scalp with using Monat is because you might be using an incorrect shampoo for your scalp. So Renew shampoo has a lot of our Rejuvenate oil in it, which is something that my husband personally uses because he has a very, very dry scalp. He also washes his hair every single day because he's in construction. So he gets home and he wants to wash his head every single day for a nice squeaky clean. My husband is like hygiene crazy person. I swear he could take like 15 showers in a day because he just loves to be clean. So we make sure that we're using the correct shampoo for him, because if I was to get him on the black shampoo, which is a very cleaning, cleansing shampoo like I use, that is really good for me because I have oily hair, oily scalp. And then I also go like 7 days between washing. So it's going to be a lot more cleansing. So it's important to know the correct shampoo and conditioner to get yourself on, especially if you have things like dry scalp. I always ask that in my question. Is your scalp tend to be more dry or more oily? Because getting on a regimen, remember guys, our scalp is where our hair grows out of. So we need to keep this balanced. So that way we're going to have really healthy hair starting right at the root. Oh, also, sorry, really fast. Also, if you tend to have, side note, if you tend to have dry scalp, our Rejuvenate oil treatments, if you do that weekly, my husband literally is like, where's the oil? Where's the oil? If you do that weekly, if you tend to have dry scalp, especially in the beginning, this is really, really great. Also, if you have oily scalp, this is good too, because it's going to help to balance out your natural sebum, your natural oils that are coming out of your head. So if you're one of those people where you're like, I have dry scalp, get an oil sample or order the oil so that you can start to do scalp treatments. Just had to add that in.
Perfect. All right. My question is, what does clinically proven mean? And oftentimes we see clinically proven kind of on all of our bottles, on all of the websites, on all of the things. But to be completely honest with you guys, clinically proven is just a catchphrase that most people use for sales pitches these days. Companies can actually claim clinical studies have been done and not really even have the evidence to back it up. A lot of companies get away with this until the FDA or the FTC gets involved. And at that point, if they don't have the evidence to back it up, they get fined. Monat used one of the world's largest independent clinical testing labs. It's called Kimono Ciência in Brazil. It specializes in skin and hair product care testing. So Kimono Science has actually tested for over 2,000 companies in the past 15 years, including brands like L'Oreal and Johnson & Johnson. All of Monat's products, or all of Monat's formulations, use ingredients and concentrations that are approved by not only the Personal Care Product Council, the FDA, Health Canada, and the European Commission. They all consider the products safe for intended cosmetic use. So Monat products are actually manufactured in FDA-approved facilities, which is huge. Just like all cosmetic markets out there in the US, Monat products are not approved or certified by the FDA, but Monat is committed to compliance with FDA requirements for all of our products, and we are confident that they're safe, effective, and highly beneficial for our customers. This is the next question, have clinical trials been done on all of our products or on just the oil? And I love this question because it's like, how do you really know, right? So it's not that each product is tested. It's that the formulations and the ingredients are clinically tested. So like I mentioned before, all Monat formulations use ingredients that the FDA and European Commission consider safe for their intended cosmetic purpose. So unless you're drinking it, you're gonna be fine. Monat products are dermatologist tested and made with the highest quality ingredients that meet or exceed all safety standards set by our industry and are validated by rigorous safety testing conducted by independent labs. That's it.
Wow. Love that. Like mic drop. Okay. So why does the dry shampoo say it's flammable if it's safe? Okay, so many dry shampoos actually consist of flammable ingredients like propane and butane. Guarantee you, if your dry shampoo is not Monat, it very likely has those ingredients in its bottle. But because of the nature of how an aerosol can works, because dry shampoos are in an aerosol can, and if you're super curious how it works, just Google it. There's a whole bunch of history behind the aerosol can. It needs a gaseous suspension to propel whatever inside that can out to create a fine mist. So our dry shampoo has a liquid propellant. I'm going to botch how you pronounce this, but it's hydrofluoroolefin, HFO, we'll just call it that. And it's become a lot more widely adopted in aerosol systems because it has a relatively low vapor pressure, it has a low global warming potential, and it has non-flammability aspects to it. So the reason why our aerosol can says that it's flammable is because the contents of the can, even though the ingredients are not flammable, they are under extreme amounts of pressure because of the aerosol can, and that makes it combustible. So, meaning the can explode if something happened to it. FYI, never leave your dry shampoo in the car, especially in the summer. Bad news bears. Don't do it ever. Next question. Natalie.
Yes, Natalie.
It's me. Okay, guys. So my question is, can Monat under any circumstances cause breakage? So no. Okay, first and foremost, I'm going to use my hair as an example for you guys. My hair is naturally super curly and frizzy and on the drier side. I am not going to be using a volumizing product on my hair shampoo because it's obviously not going to be what my hair needs. My hair needs to be hydrated and be smoothed out. So when you're going to start using our products, you need a very thorough consultation. You need to make sure you are using the right products for your hair type. So you need to make sure that you're using, it depends on the state of your hair. You need equal parts protein and equal parts moisture, right? So if you're getting too much of one, then your hair is obviously not going to react the right way. So you need to be doing a very, very thorough consultation with whoever you're recommending the products to make sure they're getting what their hair needs. And so if you're going to have too much moisture, your hair could feel gummy. And if you're going to do too much protein, your hair could feel brittle, right? So you need to make sure you have an equal balance for whatever your hair and what state it is in. Let's see. So no, you guys, it shouldn't. If you are using the correct products, your hair should be good and it should be feeling amazing. So I guess I'm done.
Thanks, Nat. And also, just so that you guys know, like we have a amino acid based way that we help the hair. So if you're looking at our products compared to other professional products that have like super heavy proteins in them, I'm not going to say names, but there's one that I used to recommend to people for breakage. It's in a blue bottle and it's a treatment. And this one, if you used it over time, would make your hair super brittle because it was like crazy types of protein. Our products are formulated so that you're not going to get that type of protein in your hair. So what's nice is that you don't have to worry about like over proteinizing, or however you say that word, your hair, because our products are made in a different way using different types of ingredients that are safe for your hair. So the next question is going to be following what Natalie was sharing is how long before I see improvement in damaged hair? Okay, you guys, I'm going to share with you a story. I have this client that came in. She has blonde hair. She had extensions in. She had a stylist that was bleaching her hair. She's global bleach application, super, super blonde. She had a stylist that told her that the reason why she had damage, breakage, this short in the back of her head, okay, was because it was nature's haircut. Nature's haircut. It was actually chemical haircut. And for her hair, which I actually was just editing a picture that I was going to be posting of her hair, but her hair, you guys, I just have to show you. You can't even see because her hair is white. This will be going up on my Instagram later, but white hair. We have taken her damage from here. Short, little, tiny baby hairs that she had to gel down. And then she had these awful extensions that were up underneath it that were like ripping her fragile hair out. It was just hot mess express, okay? It took us a while because it depends on the level of damage you have. If she has damage all the way to here and she's trying to have her hair down to here, it's going to take a while. So I have clients that literally, like I said, they've had it like melted off by previous stylists, and it takes me years to grow that damage back. As we learned, your hair is going to grow about 1/2 inch a month. So it's going to take a while for that hair to grow down and be nice. But again, I'm going to go back to like the gym analogy. It's going to take, if you took all 5 of us that are talking right now and put us in the gym and told us that like we were going to have to hit the same weight at the gym, it would take us all very different amount of times, because we all are different weights. We're all different body types. We're all different people, different metabolisms, all that. So it's also going to be a different experience for your hair. But let me tell you, when I say that I'm in the business of healing people's hair, I'm not like, oh, I hear Tosh. That's not
Sorry.
bragging or like shooting in the wind or anything like that. It's because I have actually healed my client's hair. And I wish I could actually show you this picture, because her hair didn't even have any extensions in that picture. And that was like nuts for her. It's the first time that she ever went without extensions. So give it 6 to 12 months on any product, I'm saying professional, but especially like when it comes to money, give it the time to heal your hair, because it can and it will. And it's going to do some major damage improvement, but it's not going to be overnight. All right, next question is going to Bailey.
Awesome. So I'm actually really passionate about this question because I do a lot of extensions in my salon currently. And I have some of my clients that use Monate currently, and then I have some of them that are just like not on board yet. And I've seen the transition and the lifespan of the extensions like literally exceed the other girl who doesn't use it. And so when I say exceed, I mean like this weft lasts her 8 to 10 months. And my other client, literally 4 months in, she's like, why does my hair feel like this? Why is it? And I'm like, you really need to understand the importance of what products you're using on your hair. So that being said, one of the most important things to consider when you're taking care of your extensions, no matter what line you purchase from, is always going to be the proper product care. The products you use on your extensions will determine like how tangled your hair is or how manageable it will be. So we have a huge list of toxic ingredients that we say no to. However, there are a few ingredients that are big no-nos when you are doing extensions. So the first product that we say no to is ethanol. Ethanol is going to cause drying and frizz, which, if you know, extensions have like a rimy layer that lays down. And if you have ethanol in any of your products, it will basically open up that cuticle and cause frizz. Salt systems can cause dryness and dehydration. Because this hair is not attached to your head, you want to make sure you keep it hydrated at all times. So any kind of salt systems will basically just set you back on that. Sulfates can cause tangles to the hair shaft and break down keratin bonds and tape before the expected removal maintenance. This is like huge because I have had experience where like my clients are coming in, the tape is gooey, the bond has been already broken down, and then it causes a longer removal, which now my client is going to have to pay more for their service. So that's not good. And then also on top of that, because it leads to tangles, it can actually, it can create more tension when you're brushing, things like that, which will actually pull your hair, things like that. We don't want that. Then the last thing that we say no to is the silicones. The silicones can cause like a coating over the hair. Basically, it does promote shine and things like that, but it's basically just a fake coating that just lays over the hair cuticle. Sorry, I can't see my notes really fast. Oh yeah, so it's basically going to cause moisture loss and matting, which also can lead to, tangling, which is more tension on the extension, things like that. So it's really, really important to use, all of these products that don't have these 4 main ingredients in it, which is Monate. The second part of the question was, why do some other like stylists don't recommend Monate? I would personally say they're just not educated, because if anybody who's in the industry that does extension and is really educated knows that these are the ingredients that you have to say no to in order to ensure longevity of your extensions, like especially if you have extensions that you're going to be reusing, like a weft extension. I-tip or even, your tape-ins. That's really important. But also, if anybody who's done tape-ins, like if someone's using the wrong shampoo, it comes back and it's very sticky, hard to get out. And now your 3-hour appointment turned into a 4-hour appointment. So that's why I would say just educate yourself if a stylist isn't promoting clean care for their extensions pretty much.
Hey, could you quickly clarify the silicones that we say no to real fast for everyone?
Yes, but I feel like it's so hard.
Kate knows. Oh, she needs to be unmuted. Hold on, Kate, you're muted.
Please help me.
Sorry, my computer was ringing, so I muted myself. Okay, so there's a few different types of silicones out there real quick. The ones that are super important to avoid are called cyclic silicones. There are different types. Cyclic silicones are the ones that Monat say no to. You can kind of understand why because of the word cyclic. They wrap around your hair strand and cause buildup because they just continually build up on each other. That's their coil-like nature. They just kind of like to grab onto each other. So we say no to cyclic silicones. Those are the types of silicones we do not use. The other ones are okay. They're evaporative. They wash off with each use. So there are other silicones that are okay. There's differences between okay silicones and not okay. Cyclic silicones are not okay.
Thanks, Kate.
Yeah. Move on to the next question is me. And the next question is, it made my hair head tingle/burn. What does an allergic reaction look like? And how can you test for an allergic reaction? So tingling can be okay. A couple of our products specifically have an ingredient called peppermint oil in it. And peppermint oil is really cool because they can actually make the scalp feel a little tingly. And the reason why, fun little fact, is that we have a little muscle inside our hair follicle called the erector pili muscle. And peppermint oil can stimulate that muscle and it makes it stand up. Essentially, it's like it's giving your scalp the goosebumps. So burning, however, is a sign of an allergic reaction. So tingling, little tingles, okay. Kind of that cooling feeling, okay. Burning, where it hurts, not okay. That's an allergic reaction. Usually it would be referred to as contact dermatitis if you're speaking in medical terms. And that is when something is touching the skin and it's causing an adverse reaction. And symptoms are usually something like redness, itching or burning, cracked skin, bumps, like blisters, like actual like pussy type swelling substances, stuff like that. And the reaction that you're going to get is going to completely be dependent on your level of an allergy to the product or ingredient that you're using. And it's always good, just as a general rule of thumb, to have an allergy panel done by your doctor so you know in your life if you are allergic to things and you can know how to avoid them. Just a general know-how. As far as testing goes, well, as far as ingredients goes, I'm not going to really get into too much about the ingredients because we as human beings can literally be allergic to anything, like Alexis was saying. You can be allergic to water. You can be allergic to pretty much anything. So it's not so much the ingredients that you could be allergic to because every person is different. But I'm going to talk a little bit about how to test for an allergic reaction so that you don't dive in deep to using something and you have a huge issue on your hands. So if you are concerned that you're a sensitive type of person and you could potentially have an allergy to anything that you're using, not just Monat products, anything, how you can test is you're going to take a small amount of that product, a little bit of a dab, and you're going to dab it on the inside of your elbow or the inside of your wrist, somewhere where your skin is thinner. Inside of your elbow is usually more ideal because that is a little bit more of a sensitive area. Our wrists kind of, they're working in life with us, so they're a little bit more tough. Inside of your elbow is a really good rule of thumb to put it. You're going to apply a little bit of product there, and you're going to wait at least 20 minutes before washing it off or wiping it off. If you see any skin reaction, do not use the product. That's it. Just walk away from it. If you have any reaction on your skin, whether it's redness or swelling or bumps or anything, if nothing happens and your skin looks exactly the same as it did when you first put the product on, you're good. You're in the clear. Go ahead and use it. Next question. Natalie.
Hi. Okay, guys. So my question is, why wash 2 times? Because the bottle seems so small. So totally understandable. I get it. The first wash, you guys, is going to be removing any excess dirt or grime that's on your hair, okay? And then the second wash is going to go in and get your hair and your scalp feeling squeaky, squeaky clean. First wash, you're probably not going to get much of a lather. And then the second wash is going to be like suds galore. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. So I will say, since I've always said our products are super concentrated, touching base on why the bottles seem so small, you only need a little bit and a lot goes a long way, you guys. So when you start shampooing, you want to make sure when you use the Diggle amount on your hands, you want to make sure you really emulsify it to where your hands turn white before you put the product in your hair, because you need to activate it and get it going, okay? You don't want to just glob it on your hair. And I want to touch base on that. I was like a previous question I had is if you're not using the products correctly, you're just placing that product directly on your scalp and you're not getting it all throughout your hair. So that's how your hair could feel greasy, right? Because you're not actually getting that shampoo working through your hair. You're just directly placing it on your scalp. But yeah, so for the 2 times, it's because the first wash is going to remove that extra grime and dirt. And then the second wash is really going to go in there and do its magic. And it's going to be suds galore. Because some people are like, why? I don't get it. And at first I was the same way. Everyone's always like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, trust me, you will get the best lather when you wash 2 times. And that's just how our products work. So.
And with that second wash too, it's also, if you're using the shampoo and conditioners that have like our active ingredients like Capixyl, this is going to be able to go in and actually deliver that, because you have to let it sit on your head for about 2 minutes. So this is going to be able to go in without the dirt, the grime, or maybe you're like a crazy hairspray person and you just like to hairspray the heck out of your hair. This is going to be able to let those ingredients go in and do our magic or our science of what it's supposed to do for you. So perfect. Thanks, Nat. Next is Katie.
My question is, any advice for bringing money into the salon and incorporating it into your salon business? I've been talking about other products so much, and then all of a sudden I'm switching to money. Yeah. So start off by using the products on yourself first. Fall in love with them. Get super familiar with them. Come up with your favorite concoctions. When I first started with Monat, my 2 favorite products that I loved for styling was the blowout cream and the Moxie magnifying mousse. So I came up with the blowout cocktail, and that literally got people so excited. So it's just finding concoctions and mixtures and things that you love and products that you love, and then really doing your research on them. Find all the fun facts and then be able to bring that into the salon when you're ready for it. I obviously say the sooner the better, like do your research, dive in. But when you learn the fun little facts and you're able to share it, like for instance, the blowout cream. Okay, so I'm going to be using a little bit of the blowout cream on each day. This is my favorite product. You just need a little bit, less is more. It helps with frizz, it helps hold your style, it makes your hair bouncy. If you blow your hair out, it comes to life. You can use a little bit of it, let it air dry in. It's awesome. It's my favorite. And it's amazing when you mix it with the Moxie magnifying mousse. Together, I call these the blowout cocktail. So bring it into the salon, use it on your clients, share with your clients what you love about Monat and why you made the switch. The more you educate them on the product, the more they're going to fall in love. And the best part is when they love it, they're going to refer their friends, they're going to refer their family, and then bam, all of a sudden you've got all of these customers that are not only your clients, it's like your friends of your clients. And each one of those people that your clients, your VIP customers refer, they all get a $20 credit for each person they refer, which is really cool. I love that part.
Thanks, Katie. Yeah, be a product of the product. And I'm going to add a little bit to that in the sense that if you're looking at it and you're like, crap, I was promoting this other product, now I'm promoting this, people are going to be like, well, why are you doing that? It's just for the money. You guys, you were promoting another product before you probably were promoting the one that you're promoting right now, before you're switching to Monat. So I always tell people, I'm looking for the best of the best of the best for my clients. And I want to be able to offer the best. There's always new technology, new science, new things coming out. So if you find another product that you feel like it's going to work better, or maybe you're like different aspect, it's going to clean your hair without toxic ingredients, whatever it is,
you should be giving your clients the best, and they should feel, as you explain, like, I just, you know what, I found this and it really answered a lot of other issues I was having, or I didn't know about this. Be honest and open. And that's just going to show that you are loving this product for certain reasons. You're not trying to like swindle and deal people. It's like, I leveled up and I'm leveling up for you. So the next question that I have is, this is hairstylists that have said this, okay? First of all, people say, I heard, that means gossip, don't really know, heard, that clients who use Monat have been found to be harder to lift with lightener. Some stylist told somebody, I try to lift my client's hair, but the chick's using Monat, so her hair didn't lift as good. Or my client was using Monat and then all of a sudden her hair went darker. That's so weird. I'm totally going to blame it on Monat. You guys, I'm going to be super real with you here. I'm a color correction specialist. I have been doing color for a very, very, very long time, and I deal with some really gnarly color complications. And the real reason why people are having issues is improper formulation. We already talked about how Monat makes your hair clean, and it's going to start removing buildup. So if your hair is clean, it's not going to be making lightening harder. You guys, you guys can see, I'm lifted to like as light AF as possible, okay? So whenever I use my lightener, it's like lifting really, really well because my hair is clean. It's not having to, the lightener is not having to go through that buildup and then lightening the actual like pigments, the melanin in my hair. It's being able to go straight to my hair. So that's improper formulation. And then if people are saying it's going darker, your shampoo and conditioner cannot chemically alter your formulation of your, like, the way that your color is. If you think about it, there are some color lines out there that are progressive, that if you leave them on, they're going to get darker as they go. And there's some color lines that like, you're just going to get the level that it is. To me, this is improper formulation because I have never have I ever put a color on and prior to using Monat been like, oh, it was your shampoo and conditioner actually. No, you guys, that's my formulation bad. And that's where I have to come in with understanding proper color formulation and knowing what I need to do for my client. Now, I will tell you this. If you have someone that is using Monat, if you have a client that's using Monat and you're lifting their hair and you typically go in with like a 30 volume with bleach lightener, you need to bump that down because as their hair is getting cleaned off, you're not going to have to go through all that. So actually, in reality, your hair is going to be able to lighten possibly a little bit faster. And also, you don't just like throw that person under heat, walk away, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is what I've heard some people have done. They do the normal thing. They walk away and they come back. The hair is damaged, not because of Monat, but because of the fact that they're not watching the hair close enough. And because it's clean, it's eating through that hair cuticle because they're not paying attention to the chemistry of the color that they're doing. So it is not the product. It's not a chemical alteration because you're using a shampoo and conditioner. It's simple formulation, and you have to be responsible of taking care of your clients and what they're doing or what you're doing to their hair.
Alexis, can I piggyback on that really quick? Just with my own testimonial, I was that person before I used Monat where my hair would not lighten. If it did, it lightened to a flat out orange. Now, hairstylists here, I'm a level 5, so it's not impossible for me to get lighter blonde, but it literally would not go because my hair was covered in cyclic silicones, waxes, plasticizers, all the stuff. I used all professional products, but my color would not take the way it was supposed to. It would not lighten. If I darkened my hair, it wouldn't take, it would go too dark. That was my issue with products before I used Monat. Now I've been on Monat for 1.5 years and I have to bump down that level of developer when I'm putting lightener on my hair because it lifts like that and it lifts true to tone. I don't have those orangey colors, which is really cool as a level 5 type of person when I'm lightening my hair. It goes up to that beautiful, nice banana yellow that you want before you go in with your toner. And so I just want to piggyback on that. That's actually like, I'm a true product of that testimonial with my hair. My hair has gotten better with color and it takes better with color, and gray coverage is better as well.
Thanks, Kate. Love it. Okay, Bailey's next.
So I have like a quick question to answer. This one is pretty easy for us to answer, but it's, can I join your team if I'm already a market partner, or if I'm a VIP, can I become a market partner? The answer is yes, but if you're already a market partner and you're under another market partner, you no longer want to be with them, you have to quit the business for 6 months and then re-sign up under a new person. So I don't know if that's really like for everybody, but there is a way to do it. You just have to quit the business. And then if you are a VIP, you can upgrade to a market partner by upgrading your account to market partner at any time. So that's pretty much it.
Thanks, Bailey. And the last one, Kate, since we have time, we were gonna like throw this question in if possible. So I feel like we need to answer it. So she's gonna give us a little bit of a download on the Capixel because we get a lot of questions about that.
Yes. Okay. So it's brief because it's a really concise little amazing ingredient. So Capixel is a red clover extract. And what that is it's a phytoestrogen, which means that it's plant-based and it mimics our estrogen in our body. Now, some people have hormonal imbalances and the word estrogen kind of freaks them out a little bit. So I'm going to talk about like how this works specifically in our products. Our hair follicles have estrogen receptors in it. Our hair follicles are connected to a blood supply. So there's all sorts of amazing things that happen in there. And I have to say that estrogen is processed different topically versus ingested. So, birth control you're ingesting if you're taking the pill, that's going to be a different thing than when you're shampooing your hair with a product that has a phytoestrogen in it. And it's going to help with promoting, well, I'll get into that. So if you have hormonal issues, basically have no fear. It operates completely differently and it should not affect any internal hormonal goings on in your body. This is strictly for helping the hair have the best possible environment to grow into, with how it's supporting your hair follicle and providing the correct nutrients and stimulation that it needs to help boost natural hair growth. So that's Capixel.
So, and I'm also going to add on to that because Capixel is actually a proprietary blend. So it's not that it's just like solid red clover. It's actually a proprietary blend. And it is something where you have to think about this. If we were to put something internal, it's going to act differently than if you're putting something topical. Okay. So I had this question a long time ago, and this is something that I actually went to my personal upline, and she went directly to our president and got some information from it because I really wanted to make sure that I understood it. And whenever you're using red clover extract, we're using such a small percent. Okay. It's not like, oh, 75% of our bottle has this. No, it's a very, very, very small percent. And then additionally, we're using it topically. We're not telling you to go take like a full pill of like red clover extract and ingest it. Okay. So this is going to go on topically, and we have it specifically formulated so that it's going to benefit you and it's not going to be something that's going to disrupt you. So when people sit here and say, oh, I went and Google searched it, you have to understand that there are specific blends and specific ways that we use ingredients to make sure that it's going in. And I used it through my entire pregnancy while I've been breastfeeding. I have not stopped using Monate because it's not going to disrupt those things for me. And that's what I actually love about our products, is that I'm using it on my daughter for a reason, because it's not a hormone disruptor, unlike other ingredients and other things that I actually learned from Kate just a little bit ago, and another girl who is who just is in like med school and taught us about like phthalates and different things that can really affect male hormones and do some crazy stuff. So I love the fact that we are able to use something that's going to be safe, and it's also done just incredibly, because Monate is here. They're not trying to sit here and be like, we're going to do all this stuff, we're going to compromise your immune system. That's not what we're about. So I hope that all of those questions really help to answer some underlying, just like either fear, confusion, or whatever it is that you have had when it comes to Monate. If you have any other further questions, please reach out to the person who sent you here, especially if you're not a part of the company, or if you are a market partner and you have more questions, go to your upline so that you can get educated remember what Katie said, education is key, and we really want to make sure that we're giving you guys the correct information. So if you guys want to follow any of us hairstylists, you guys need to go to so it's going to be on Instagram at @Wanderlust. It's Wanderlust crew. So that is going to be our Instagram. So you guys can go on there. This replay will be up on there. If you guys want to copy that, share it, you guys can share this all around. But if you guys want to come follow some of us stylists, you guys can find us on that page. So thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day. If you're watching on replay, thank you for working through this with us. I hope that it really helps you understand and get educated. And we appreciate your time and are so excited to be able to share something that we love and we believe in and stand behind as we're standing behind our chairs. So as long as anyone doesn't have anything else to say, I think we're going to hop off. All right, guys, have an amazing day. I'm going to stop recording.